Hey everyone, Steve here from the South Australian Judo Academy. Today I'm going to put together a video on shadow Uchi Komi and how to use them at home to improve your technique. So just if you don't know anything at all, Uchi Komi is where we practice everything of the technique but the throw. So what we're looking to do is we're looking to practice our entry, we're looking to practice our positioning, our balance, and then eventually we're looking to practice speed. Uchi Komi is a great way to really increase the reps, because if we don't get the first part of the technique right, the end part isn't going to work, and vice versa. If we get the first part perfect, then that final nail, that's going to be the easy bit. So I wasn't fortunate enough to have a huge amount of training partners for most of my judo career, so I did a stack of shadow Uchi Komi, hundreds and hundreds of them every day. So I'm going to run you through a few drills and different things, different ways you can start to mix it up a little bit. So to begin with, in the dojo, we've got these 2x1 meter mats, and if you're familiar with them, they're great because they give you lines, and we can use these lines as reference points. I don't normally have the black tape on the floor. I've put that there today so that you can see where the edges of these mats are. And then if you're working at home, I recommend that you grab a bit of tape and you put the tape down on your floor so that you can move, so that you've got a point of reference as to where you're at. So I stand myself on one line here, and already I'm in kind of my judo position a little bit. I've got my weight sunk just a little bit. I've got the heels off the floor, the weight in the balls of my feet, and now I can start to look at doing my Uchi Komi. What I'm really looking for in this exercise is accuracy. So I'm going to work on Seoi today, but it doesn't really matter what your throw is. Even if you do the Seoi Uchi Komi, it'll really help with your coordination of being able to put your feet exactly where you want, which is going to make you a better athlete and then a better judoka. So the first one I'm looking for is my sideward step to here. Okay, so I'm going to go the full length and then I'm going to turn. Now that I'm here, I imagine that my opponent's in front of me again. Step, 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 step. At no point am I rocking back, and my feet are pretty consistently always the same spot. I'm making sure that I don't go like this. I'm making sure that I don't go like this. I'm making sure that I don't roll forward. I'm making sure that I'm not one leg forward, so that if I was to dip my feet in cans of paint, eventually I would end up with a pretty exact figure 8 on the floor from where my feet are sliding. As we get more advanced, we can start to go quicker, and we can start to add in the hand actions, which is definitely a more advanced thing that does take some imagination. But my opponent's in front of me. Lift, turn, lift, turn. As you become a bit more advanced, we can start to alternate between right-handed and left-handed. I like the fact that our mats are rectangular because it gives me a different point to work on. I can start to go here, imagining that my opponent is here now. Now my opponent is here, and a lot of the time when we're fighting, they will move. So maybe I was here, my opponent moved. Maybe I had to go back the other way. Maybe they're here again. If you're doing these correct, you should pretty quickly start to feel your calves are burning because you're all the time on those calves. So this is a really handy skill. Boom, boom, cool. I recommend starting with no more than 5 to 10 at a time, and stay with your own skill set. So to begin with, just right-handed. From there, if you're a little bit more advanced, consider doing some left-handed and then maybe alternating. We can use these long lines to really envisage getting space. So I've got my opponent in front of me and they're running away from me. I push and I turn. I push and I turn. So that's what the long lines are great for. If you're somebody who likes to do a really low Seoi, we can do the same drill here. Low, 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 low. And what this drill is really good for is what you commonly see when people have a partner with Uchi Komi is that their partner will hold them up. Here, if I'm leaning back too far, I'm going to lose my balance. So the low Seoi drill is a really good one to build in here as well if you're a Seoi person. I also like to use these lines to work my Ashi Waza, my foot sweeps. Foot sweeps are the hardest thing to learn in Judo. So these are great for that. So again, I've got my imaginary opponent in front of me. I'm holding their sleeve, I'm holding their jacket, and I'm looking for real accuracy. I turn and I sweep. Back to the middle. My opponent's here again. Now I'm going to try the other side. Turn, sweep. Back we come. Balls of my feet, and I start to get a little bit of a hop. It's important that I keep coming back to that consistency. If I'm going here, and then I'm going here, and then I'm going here, I'm not building in that coordination of putting my foot exactly where I need to go. If I start to do these ones, I'm practicing bad posture. If you're not sure what you're doing, set yourself up a video, or maybe ask your friend, your mum, your dad, your girlfriend to watch. It's often amazing how much somebody who's only seen a little bit of Judo still knows what bad Judo looks like. So the Ashi Waza one's a great one. Boom, Ko Uchi Gari. Boom, Kuri Ashi Harai. Ko Uchi Gari. Or if I was left-handed, it would be the opposite. As I step, my partner would step. So my partner's foot's now here. Boom. Here. Boom. The hands come second. Get the feet right. So that's just a little bit about Shadow Uchi Komi. Stay on the balls of your feet. Stay light. Keep good posture. Don't roll down. We get a tendency to want to look at our feet a little bit. Don't roll into our heels. And keep them nice and light. Use the tape on the floor. It's a really handy one. And yeah, they're a great drill. Sets of 10 are a good one. You can start to build them up. They're a great warm-up, and they'll make a big difference really quickly. So thanks for tuning in, and keep an eye out for our next vid.